Hey guys, thank you for popping in with me. If you're going to do me a favor, if you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe, please like, please share. If you're on Facebook, Twitter, anywhere else, I'm going to ask you before we get started here, just take a second and just hit the share button, maybe tag some people, also share this into different groups. I'm trying to get this information out really as far as possible and as wide as possible. And I think it's going to be very important information that you're going to want to hear. So guys, as you're inviting your friends, if we've not had the opportunity to meet yet, my name is Daniel Navejas. I am the founder and overseer of the Ekklesia of Oklahoma and also the founder and overseer of AFS, Abortion Free States. And I want to talk to you about a crisis situation that Oklahoma is in. Many of you have been following us. We've been talking about this for the last several weeks. But several weeks ago, the medical industry, many hospitals in Oklahoma, sent out an email letting their employees know that they'd have a certain amount of time to get the vaccine, and if they did not get the vaccine, they would be forced into resignation. Our ministry was very active in getting involved in getting them frontline doctors' information, simply asking the question, are you going to be taking financial responsibility for my family if I have an adverse reaction that, makes me unable to work or take care of my family or takes my life? 24 hours later, the hospitals began putting out a medical and religious exemption, which we signed hundreds and are still signing them. To our knowledge and understanding right now, the mass majority of religious exemptions that we signed that were sent to Mercy Hospital were denied. I believe that St. Anthony's is denying medical exemptions, but are accepting religious exemptions, oddly enough. So the problem is we have a crisis situation. By the end of the month and the beginning of September, this is going to change the landscape of what's happening in Oklahoma in the sense that many people are no longer going to be able to provide for their families basic necessities, housing, food, etc., because they refuse to put an experimental drug, an experimental gene therapy drug into their bodies. And we've already seen thousands of people have died from this vaccine. Thousands of people have had adverse reactions. And yet these hospitals believe they have the authority to force their employees to put an experimental drug in their body or not be given the opportunity to work at their place of employment any further. That's a huge problem. Since that time, since this began a few weeks ago, this has now spilt over into other areas in the business industry. We just heard that Walmart has said that they're going to basically doing the same thing, requiring all of their employees to get the vaccine or not work. Guys, as you can tell, this is a major problem. Many of you reached out to us. We've been on the front line of this, fighting this, helping in any way that we can. And this is the information that you need to know. Up until this point, it seems that our governor has no intentions in helping. Matter of fact, an email that I received from him said, please work it out with your employer. We're not going to get involved in a private business situation. The legislature has done nothing. There is talk by some local lobbyists that there is some plans, some really big plans that are going to make a big difference, but those plans will not take place until we go into a special session. The special session that's being referred to will not take place until potentially October and maybe even November. But here's what you need to know. That special session has nothing to do with vaccines. It has nothing to do with protecting the citizens of Oklahoma. It has everything to do with redistricting the state of Oklahoma. So you can't have a special session and everyone get in there and say, hey, we want to change the purpose of this special session. However, with a 2/3 vote of the body, you could add something to the agenda of what's being discussed, but we have it on good authority right now that there are not the numbers to do that. And there, as you can tell, is very little motivation to get this done and to jump into this to find out, to do anything. There's also a class action suit that we understand. And we know Texas's class action suit was dismissed. And my assumption is because we have such a godly, righteous judiciary here in Oklahoma that our judges will just be so glad to stand up for the rights of Oklahomans. That's sarcasm if you've not been able to tell. So from my purview, we cannot trust the governor. We cannot trust the legislature. We cannot trust our judges to protect the people. So that really leaves us some options, which I'm going to get to here in a minute and share. But before we get there, I want to explain something to you. someone very, very smart years ago told me that, Daniel, you've got to follow the money. So that's what I want to do for a minute. I want to follow the money, and I want to tell you why there is almost zero response. Nobody's talking about this. If you go to cdn.pfizer.com, they will give you a whole list of every Politico, every elected official in the United States that they've donated money to. So you see here, this is Oklahoma, and right here at the top we have Senator James Inhofe that received $2,000, and this was after he took the vaccine. James Lankford took the vaccine, and he received $10,000. Now, the only positive thing that I can say about this is James is obviously a better negotiator than James. James took it for $2,000 and Lankford took it for $10,000. But it makes a lot of sense why these guys are pushing the vaccine and promoting the vaccine and unwilling to help the citizens of Oklahoma who don't feel like this is safe. And that is in question if they actually took the vaccine. I know that we saw many videos of them actually, pretending they were taking the vaccine with the orange cap on still at the end. That was pretty stupid. But if we continue to scroll through here, we'll see $2,000 is given to Tom Cole, $5,000 was given to Mark Wayne Mullen, and then we go to our state senate. $500 to Bergstam, to Berge. Let's see, $500 to Bergstam, $200 to Boren. You got Duggar, Hicks, McCourtney, Paxton, Pugh, Rader, Racino. Now, the interesting thing is also birds of a feather flock together. So I want you to see this. Here we are. We've got, Inhofe and Lankford and Cole and Mullen and Bergstrom and Duggar and McCourtney and Paxton. Look at these names. And then I want you just to see something else here real quick, if I can pull it up. These are the people that endorsed James Lankford. James Lankford, see, we say that we can't get the legislature together to do anything. Everyone's out of session. Everyone's busy. But James Lankford was able to get over 80 endorsements from Oklahoma Senate members and House members, and including our governor. So here's our governor. Here is Mark Wayne Mullen and Frank Lucas and Tom Cole. Names sound familiar. If we look at the state Senate members, we have, Greg Treat. There's Bergstam. Let's see. There's Duggar. We saw him on the list. Here's Greg McCourtney. You can see these guys, birds of a feather, flock together. But this is what you need to know. Why are my representatives, why are my senators not doing anything? Maybe because you've not written them a $10,000 check or a $2,000 check or a $500 check, and you'd be surprised. It looks like some people on here will sell their soul for $200. But, here's your senators. You also have the state house here. You've got Jeff Boatman, $300. And then you've got Burns, Caldwell, Cornwell, Cruz, Dills, Dobrinsky, Dullins, Dunnington, Eccles. Eccles got $500. I was going to look a minute ago because all these guys, they take $300 and $200. Jim Grego takes $800. He's down in the southeast. Stark takes $800. Sneed takes $800. I don't know what makes these people special, but they're either better negotiators or they're in a committee that can make sure that these vaccines are being pushed on the people. But if we go through here, Hasenbeck, Brian Hill, Humphreys, John Kennedy, Lowe, Marty, Miller, Mize, Moore, Munson, Patskowski, Phillips, Pittman, Randleman, Rose, Sam Smith, Sneed, and Mrs. Snark. Did I say that? Stark, not Snark. And then, of course, you've got Townley. And this is what you see. 2 Democrats. This is Republican, 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 Republican. 1 Democrat, 2 Democrats. Republican, Republican. Oh, there's another one. Republican, 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 Democrat, 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 Democrat. Guys, as you can tell, and this is what we're always taught, man, those stinking Democrats, those stinking liberals, the stinking left, they're always getting in the way of things. Guys, this is not a Democrat problem. This is a Republican problem. These are people that ran as Christians and Republicans and conservatives and said they were going to fight for your freedom and your liberty. They're going to be the most conservative and they're going to legislate by their faith. And right now we see a major crisis in the state of Oklahoma and no one is really willing to help the people. Matter of fact, Senator Warren Hamilton wrote a letter to the governor. That letter has over 2,000 signatures from the citizens of Oklahoma, but it only has 7 co-authors from the Senate and 7 from the House. Does that seem strange to anybody? But again, as I said a long time ago, you can always follow the money. So what's left? If your governor is not going to do anything for you, if your legislature is not going to do anything for you, if your judiciary is not going to do anything for you, what to do? This brings us to the fourth branch of government, which is we the people. We have to be involved. We have to be engaged. And this is what we're doing. We want to be able to say that we did all due diligence. And so this weekend coming up, see if I can get this to work for me here. This weekend coming up, this Saturday, August the 14th, 2021. I'm going to be really cool here. I'm going to be able to make it real big for you there. At the state capitol, we're calling a gathering. This is a statewide gathering. The people that are going to be at this, of course, I'll be there. Senator Warren Hamilton, Senator Jake Merrick, Chairman of the Republican Party, John Bennett, Jackson Lawmeyer, Oklahoma veteran Jaron Jackson, Dr. Mark Sherwood, Jesse Leon Rogers with city elders, Pastor Paul Blair, pastor of Fairview Baptist Church, also overseer of Reclaiming America for Christ. Dan Fisher is going to be in Colorado, or he would be with us as well. Kyle Brown, the Logan County chairman for the Logan County Republicans. Leslie and Connie, the Trump girls. Brooke McGowan, many of you know her from MAGA Institute. Justin Easley from United We Stand. Also Silent No More, formerly Drive for 45. And also Dr. Robert Marsh. All of these people are going to be coming to the Capitol this Saturday, August the 14th, 2021 at 3 p.m. And we need you there. We need as many people as possible. Not 100, not 200. We need 3,000 to 5,000 people there. We need you to show up to be able to send a very clear message that we are watching you. We know what you're doing. We see that you have no problem accepting financial support from the politicos, and you're not doing your job. You're not representing us. That causes a big problem, because if you run as a Christian, you run as a Republican, you run as a conservative, but when the rubber really hits the road, when the rubber hits the road and you're silent, and you're ineffective, and you're not doing anything, and you're going to rodeos instead of getting into session to help defend the rights of your people, and you're doing it for $200 and $500 and $2,000 and $5,000, $10,000, that your constituents are not happy about that. So this is why we need you, the citizens of Oklahoma, to come. We need you to come because we need you to understand why your representatives and your senators and your congressmen are not getting behind you, why they're not supporting you, why they're not backing you, the people of Oklahoma, in freedom of choice as it pertains to what medicines you put in your body. So guys, we need you to come out. Let me go to this again. This weekend, August 14th, 3 p.m. Now, my personal Facebook has been frozen, not sure for exactly how long, so we're going to be pushing this out through Ekklesia of Oklahoma on my other page. Kyle will use his Facebook page to help push this out as well, and others. Guys, we need you to share this, and so if you can do me a favor, this is in the links below. I'm going to talk to Leah, and Leah's going to put the links of our Eventbrite in there. I need you to share this, and don't just share it on your Facebook. If it goes on there, it's going to hit all the algorithms, and some people will see it, some people won't. But this is what we need you to do. I need you to actually share it individually in a message, and I need you to write out a few words. I need you to say, hey, John, very important, urgent situation. I need you to come to the Capitol with me this Saturday. Hey, Jill, this is an urgent situation. I need you to come with me to the Capitol. Will you come and support me because I'm an employee at a hospital, or I work at Tyson Foods, or whatever organization that has called us and said that now they've got to make these decisions as well. I'm a doctor, I'm a teacher, I'm a lawyer, I'm whatever that's being forced to do this, and I don't want to do this. So I'm asking you to come and stand with me. And I'm not opposed to you. If you really feel like this is what you're supposed to do and you took the vaccine, that's fine. But if I'm supporting your rights to make the decision of what's best for your body, then come and support me in my rights to make the decision of what's best for my body. And so, guys, we need your help. We need your support. Please share this. Share it far and wide. Send it through Messenger. Send it in a text message. The Eventbrite link is going to be in there. Yes, we need you to register. It's going to help us know how many people are and where they are. So we'll be giving out tons of information at this thing. But one thing we're going to be giving is this is not just going to be a hoorah rally to get everyone together and to get everyone upset. This is a rally that we have some very specific strategy that is not only going to be helping the citizens of Oklahoma, but it will be helping the entire nation, because I promise you right now, everybody is watching to see what's happening in Oklahoma. Matter of fact, I watched an interview with Joe Rogan today talking about this very same thing, guys. The world is watching. Is every state in America going to fold to the tyranny of what's happening? Or is there going to be one state that stands up and says, not in my house, not in my city, not in my county? Are we going to rise up and take back our state, or are we going to allow our legislators to continue to do nothing in the place of a real crisis? Guys, my name is Dana Nevejas, Ekklesia of Oklahoma. Please share this. God bless you, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Bye-bye.